Oh, I've been good, man. Taking care of the family.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might come back. We'll see.
You been offered anything?
Let me see. Off anything like what?
Like a fight?
I mean, I get offered stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Fights, shoes, I don't know. We'll see.
Charlo, and then I'll have Errol Spence.
So Errol Spence at 154, maybe 12 months from now.
Yeah, if he wants to come to the big boy division, then yeah.
It's time for him to let boxing go. That's my opinion. I don't want to see him get in the ring and at a higher weight, and it's been so long, and the ring rust and the accident, the injuries. I think he should stay on his ranch, enjoy what he has gotten.
Errol Spence Jr. has broken his silence ahead of a potential return bout against Tim Tszyu. With renewed focus and intense training sessions underway, he appears determined to stage a powerful comeback in 2026.
Hey, man, we working, man. We working. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't wake me up for my
Nah, bro. Nah. Hey, going on vacation, not running your running.
Despite retirement rumors circulating, Spence is targeting a 2026 return, making it clear he's not ready to walk away from the sport just yet.
And so it was for me to help him realize that. That was pretty crazy. For him to come back in the gym and me to be holding mitts and be looking at him, you know, you can't believe it. I think it's like the biggest comeback in professional sports. If you don't believe in yourself, why should I? And he believes in himself.
Following his tough defeat to Terrence Crawford, many doubted whether Spence should ever step back into the ring. However, he refused to let criticism or doubt dictate the final chapter of his career.
To me to say, if I come back, I'll be a shell of myself. You know, if he comes back, you know, he's gonna, but he probably not gonna come back. He's damaged. I just, you know, use it all as fuel. Some people can use it all and be not motivated and be like, and let that knock them down. I use it as fuel. I use it as motivation.
Tim Tszyu admits this fight has reignited something within him. He claims that when he faces Spence, fans will see a completely different and more dangerous version of himself.
You see there in Spence that makes you feel that, hey, you know what, I think I can take this guy.
It's a fight that wakes me up, you know? Wakes me up. You know those fights that you'd be like a challenge? Like the Tony Harrison fight for me was like all right, I've got to wake up. This is the fight. And it brings something different in your brain, in your body. You learn more about yourself. You just become a different person, a different animal. And that's another fight that will bring in a different animal in.
Paulie Malignaggi believes Tszyu is also seeking redemption. He describes this matchup as highly marketable, with both fighters carrying compelling comeback narratives that make the bout attractive for fans and promoters alike.
Errol hasn't been busy. He's sort of needs a comeback fight himself. Tim needs a little bit of a comeback himself. He just had a small win over Velasquez. He's going to keep trying to work his way back in. So you look at the fight on paper and you think, this is a sellable, marketable fight. And, you know, between two guys who need to work their way back in. And, you know, the winner is two big names, so the winner obviously creates a real drawing power to himself again and works their way probably into a...
Trainer Andre Rozier, however, advises against Spence returning. He points to the physical toll of injuries and past accidents, arguing that the risks may outweigh the rewards.
Every time he posts on like social media, he looks like he's in like terrific shape. Looks like he took those last 2.5 years to really just get it, like his body right, maybe his mind right, whatever. Do you think we can see another run from Spence at 54?
Honestly, this is only my opinion, nephew. You know how I am. I don't want to see Spence back in the ring. I think he went through so much with everything, the accidents and everything. It's time for him to let boxing go. That's my opinion. I don't want to see him get in the ring and at a higher weight, and it's been so long, and the ring rust and the accident, the injuries. I think he should stay on his ranch, enjoy what he has gotten, be a cowboy cattleman, and call it.
Rozier openly stated he doesn't want to see Spence fight again, He emphasized the dangers of ring rust, moving up in weight, and the lasting effect of injuries. In his view, Spence is accomplished enough and should enjoy life outside the ring, perhaps focusing on his ranch and personal passions. Still, Rozier understands how difficult it is for a fighter of Spence's caliber to step away. If a return must happen, he suggests it should be one final farewell fight rather than a full-scale career relaunch at 154 pounds.
But I assume it's got to be difficult for a guy of his stature and, you know, going out the way he did. I'm pretty sure he wants to get that get back and kind of show at least, you know, I do have a little bit left in the tank.
Well, it could be, but I'm just saying from the perspective of an individual, an athlete that has gone through so many trials and tribulations, I think at this point in time, it's not going to help him. If he wants to get a win and then call it a day, I could co-sign to that. But for him to think he's going to relaunch his career, especially at 54, I think that's not a good idea.
Kell Brook offered a balanced perspective, calling the potential clash exciting and unpredictable. He noted that both men bring contrasting strengths to the table. Brook believes Spence still possesses the ring IQ and experience to compete at a high level, while Tszyu's pressure and hunger could create serious challenges. In his opinion, the styles would mesh perfectly for an action-packed contest.
Just last one before I let you go, a man that you have obviously fought, there was reports last night that apparently he'll be returning in the summer, Errol Spence Jr versus Tim Tszyu. I mean, what do you make of that return? Obviously 3 years at the ring for himself. Just what do you make of his return?
You know, I'm excited as well. You know, I wish that I would have fought, you know, him back in the day, you know, but, you know, it's exciting. I met Tim Tszyu when I was in Australia, and it'll be interesting to see them two meet and lock on. So, you know, I'll be watching that, and I'll be excited to see, you know, the winners. You know, you never know. You know, I could fight.
Malik Nagy also shared a cautious take, pointing out that since both fighters are connected within the PBC promotional circle, the fight makes business sense. However, Spence's long inactivity raises questions about his current physical and mental condition.
2 and 2 makes 4, right? Use your common sense. That Tim is a PBC guy in the States. These guys are PBC guys. You look for the correct possible matchup at this stage in their careers. You know, it starts to make sense, you know? So, you know,
How do you see it?
How do I see it? I don't know. I mean, Spence hasn't fought in decades, feels like, you know, even Charlo. So I don't know. How do you know what's left out of those guys mentally, physically? You don't know, you know? Obviously with Tim, there's a lot of question marks. He just come back with a win, but at least Tim is trying to stay busy and active. With those guys, it's hard to say. You haven't seen them. You don't know how their training's going, if their training is even going, and how they are mentally and physically at this point in their life and their careers.
Tim's team copped a lot of criticism, his old team, should I say, about walking him into people like Fundora on short notice or Murtazalayev unknown or taking a rehydration clause on the IBF and things like that.
He further added that Tszyu carries his own uncertainties, although at least he has remained active and recently secured a victory. Malik Nagy stressed that inactivity makes it difficult to assess a fighter's true readiness. Given the unpredictability surrounding both men, matching them immediately presents significant risk.
And yet, speak about him sitting on, but is it not just rewriting the books again?
With Spence, you don't know what's left. You know, he's not looked very good, so it might be one of those cases where you're catching him at the right time. But then again, Spence may feel that about Tszyu as well, right?
Yeah.
You might catch him at the right time. It's one of those things where the matchup makes sense because both guys might be catching one another at the right time. But you're gonna get a winner out of the fight, and the winner can, you know, move on to possibly a title fight. You know, as far as the criticism for Tim and his team, there's going to be a lot of opinions, but the person that has skated the most criticism, that deserves the most criticism, is the ringside doctor.
Recent footage suggests Spence is quietly back in serious training. A clip shared from a Philadelphia gym shows him calm yet focused, with visible conditioning and sweat signaling hard work already completed. Observers believe this confirms that preparations are underway.
And it looks like he is back training, which I'll get into in a second. You know what? I'll just show you right now. Why wait? I mean, why should we wait? So right off rip, this is a video from Iran, the Junkyard Dog Peterson. He's a fighter out of Philly. Terrible jump. Beautiful jump, right? If some people are like, what do you mean, beautiful John? What is it? Like, so Some of you guys, you don't know what I'm talking about. You got to be on Instagram. That's where I've seen it, right? You got to know. If you know, you know. And he looking in shape. So we'll play the video. It's not much to it, and I can't play the music for copyright reasons, but you see them conversating, and when you look at Errol Spence, pause, you can see he got like a little bit of sheen, like sweat, like he did some form of a workout. And the caption read like, "Till next time, my ninja," from Iran. So many people believe that the two sparred. That's just what it is. Now, if you know boxing, or if you don't know, I'll tell you, Ron has sparred with great.
Spence has reportedly been sharpening his skills in Philadelphia, looking lean and disciplined. The footage portrays a fighter rebuilding confidence and momentum after setbacks.
I'm telling you is this, Earl. You can listen to me or not. I remember we had a chance to buy up the Metropolis, the Dallas Metropolis, when you was on top of the world. You said, call me. I called you. Nothing happened. But that's besides the point. I know you got a lot of money. I know you got your farm, your, what they call it? Probably got the zoo by now, right? But here's the reality of this thing. If you fight Tim Tszyu for $2 to $3 million, listen to what I'm saying. This is what Vegas is telling me. If you fight Tim Tszyu and have to go to Australia, you've destroyed your brand. Literally destroyed your brand. Why did you destroy your brand? Because they need to come to Dallas to fight you so you get all the money. Do you understand? You got to rebuild yourself. You don't go chasing dollars when you can spend the next 3 or 4 years building your brand.
Behind the scenes, business discussions continue. Some advisors caution that traveling to Australia for a $2 to $3 million purse could hurt Spence's brand value, suggesting Dallas or Las Vegas as smarter venues to maximize revenue and rebuild his profile. The strategy appears clear. Secure momentum at home before expanding internationally. Regardless of location, one thing is evident. Spence is committed to proving he still has more to offer.